Welcome back to page 121. Well, I lived through Gen Con. It's a little touch and go for a bit there. That is a huge venue. I can't believe how much Gen Con has grown since I used to go there in the mid to late 90s when it was still up in Milwaukee. Wow, it is just such a different experience. A huge venue. I couldn't believe the massive scope of the entire con. By my son's Fitbit watch, we walked over 15 miles. That's 15 miles on Saturday. We were only there the one day. But wow, did we have fun. So this is just going to be a little bit of a haul video. It's going to be some minis and some books I picked up. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about them and why I wanted them, that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, great. Hang on, here we go. So first off, I love sleds. This is a green sled, the Nolzur's Unpainted edition. These are, I think, $9 or $5 each. I got them for $2 each, despite the package saying $3. They just kind of wanted to unload them. Saw quite a fair amount of Nolzur's for sale in package for discounts. That is the one thing I noted about Gen Con compared to how it used to be, or even Adepticon, how it is. Not much tabletop terrain. It's more about board games and tabletop family games, that kind of thing, as opposed to just role-playing. There's plenty of role-playing. There's plenty of D&D. Almost no Traveller, unfortunately. Only one section that I saw in the entire vendor's room had Traveller, and that was Studio 2 Publishing. Those are the guys that print the Traveller books. It's the only place I was able to find anything on Traveller. I was the only one wearing a Traveller shirt that I saw. I was pretty stunned. But Gen Con seems to have moved away from what would now be considered niche roleplay and more into board games and that kind of thing. But still, just a tremendous venue, tremendous time. So there's my Nolzur's Unpainted minis. I'm going to give them a try, apply my meager painting skills. And then I got this lady. By the way, I'm working on getting one of those rotating display stands. I just haven't chosen one yet, so I'll be better at displaying minis very, very soon, I hope. But anyway, I got 5 of these, 2 with the clear base, and then 3 with the old solid base. And this is just a hunter type character, but I bought them, so I had 5 archers for battle system. I wanted to have a set of archers for when we play battle system. I'll be able to line these ladies up, and off they'll go. So the next mini I got was a tombstone. I forget, it's the Ruins of Lastwall, I think, was the series, but I have a little graveyard set. Maybe I'll feature that in the channel one time. I think I've shown it before, but I'll do an in-depth version of it. It was something I made during the lockdowns, and I'd seize a lot of play at my tabletop, and this is another tombstone for it. And then I got a Blink Dog. I love Blink Dogs. They're one of my favorite monsters in the Monster Manual. And just absolutely love it. This is my first Blink Dog mini. And then I got Igwilv's Cauldron, complete with removable lid. It's hollow inside. I'm going to cut a witch mini in half and put Igwilv in it because Igwilv was reputedly flying about in her magic cauldron. I was really excited to get it. I wasn't sure if I wanted the black or the gold version. They only had the gold at the con. But I'm happy to have gotten this, so I'm really excited that I have Igwilv's Cauldron. Next up, I got a giant. This is a hill giant, or a stone giant, from Nolzur, or WizKids, pre-painted. Just really like this guy. $6. I'm going to buy a giant any day of the week for $6. So, very happy to have him. And then, I consider the capstone of my minis acquired at Gen Con this year, a flail snail. This is a goofy monster. I believe it's out of Fiend Folio. I haven't done any research on it. I love the flail snail. I always wanted a mini of the flail snail, and they hadn't made one in metal that I ever saw. Correct me if I'm wrong, but here I have one. Now, in plastic, this is the 50th anniversary guy. But I'm so excited to have a flail snail. I showed this to my wife when I got home, and I said, look, a flail snail. And she said, a what? Even though her characters have fought flail snails several times, she didn't remember the beastie, but there you have. I love this guy. And now we're going to take a look at the books I got. And I got a pretty fair amount of books. First off, I got something I really had my eye on for many, many years. Dungeon Crawl Classics. This is D&D-esque setting. 7 character classes. And sword and sorcery, that kind of thing. And it is it's from Goodman Games. It's kind of the old school D&D clone type things. I haven't opened it yet. It's still in the plastic. Got this for $10. Retails for $30. They were doing a con special for this, so I was very excited. In fact, this was the very first thing I bought at Gen Con. Very excited to have gotten my hands on that. And with this came for free a $2 module for 5th edition. And this also from Goodman Games. It's an official 5e adventure, The Red Dragon's Treasure Map. So I'm pretty excited about reading through this. So 2 really good acquisitions. And now we go to the chief thing I went to Gen Con for, and that is Traveller. I got in hard copy the Spinward Extents. It's my goal to get all of the Traveller sector books in hard copy. This, I believe, completes everything behind the claw for me. So I have everything behind the claw. I also have the Third Imperium book. So I believe, and I've got Deep in the Dark. Well, it's behind the claw. Well, no, that's actually not. But I still need to get the Salamani Rim one, and then the one that they did for with the Concrete and the Hivers. That name escapes me at the moment. But I got the Spinward Extents. I'm very excited about this. I've taken a look at all these Traveller books on my channel previously. I don't know that I'm going to do anything else with them other than show them here. If you're interested in a flip through of the physical book, let me know. But I am going to do a revised books I needed in physical form video. I put that out around, I think it was around Thanksgiving of last year. It was just books I decided I needed to have for when I'm setting up a game. I can just page through them and find the tables and interesting things that I want versus having them on PDF. I've had this on PDF for a long time now, but I'm really excited to have the hard copy. The next book I got, one I definitely feel I had to have in physical copy, the Robot Handbook. If you're going to be designing robots, ships, that kind of stuff, you have to have the book in physical form, in my opinion. PDFs are fine, and I love them. I can read them anywhere I want. They're actually easier on my eyes than reading just a page, but you're not able to just page through it and find the tables and the information you want, which I can do here. So really excited to have gotten this guy. And then the last one, the one I really went there for, this is the one I wanted to walk out with, the World Builder's Handbook. I have wanted this since I first read the PDF, and acquiring these was just a matter of time too. I had to build up a little cash to be able to afford them, but I've wanted these in physical form since I first read them. So I'm really excited to have them. Like I said, I'm probably going to do a revised books I need in physical form video just to kind of update that a little bit now that I've got a few more that I consider mandatory for it. But that's it. I didn't get a ton of stuff, but I got a lot of really good stuff. I'm very excited. I really, really enjoyed Gen Con. It was a tremendous experience. I can't believe I was back there. I haven't gone to a Gen Con since the mid to later 90s. 97, I think, was the last one I went, so I guess that's still mid-90s. And also going to Indianapolis. I hadn't been to Indianapolis in 10 years. It was kind of neat to show my boys around the downtown area a little bit, too. But all in all, just excellent. Gen Con is very professionally run. The folks there were great. The vendors were great. I had a lot of fun. Did not play any events because I only had the one day. So if we go back next year, I'll probably cure that and sit in an event or two. But it was interesting. The last time I was at Gen Con in the 97, we could walk down the hallway, sit down, play a D&D game, play a Traveller game, whatever, right there. The D&D stuff was there. It was in Hoosier Stadium, or not Hoosier Stadium, Lucas Oil Stadium, and all over the floor where the football field is. It was just massive. But again, you had to have tickets and sign up for the events and things like that. I didn't see a lot of spontaneous gaming. It might have been there. I might have just missed it. I spent the bulk of my time in the convention center walking around for the merchandise, the vendors and stuff. Food there, by the way, food was phenomenal. There were about 20 food trucks there just outside the venue. There was food available inside the convention hall, Lucas Oil Stadium. There was anywhere you wanted. There was food, there was drink. The facilities were clean. It was just an excellent time, an excellent venue, and very well done. So that's all I've got to say. Just an A+ rating on the Gen Con experience. Leave feedback if you guys were able to be there over the weekend and the kind of fun you had. I had a blast. I would definitely go back. But that's all I've got for today on page 121. Just a quick look at some of the loot I got, or all the loot I got at Gen Con. Let me know what you think. Leave comments below. And please like and subscribe to the video. Take a look at the Patreon. See if you can help me out there. Tell your friends. Let's keep things growing. And I'll see you next time on page 121.